Welcome to the Night Vision Fall Sports Special. I'm your host, Joshua Hamlin. It was an exciting fall sports season for the Knights. On today's special, we look back on each team's journey. The teams in action include football, volleyball, soccer, and cross country. We open the show with a look back at a phenomenal football playoff run by the Knights. Night Vision sports reporter Henry Powers tells us more.
The Wartburg Knights football team had a season to remember in 2022. Not only did they set a school record for wins with 13, but they made it all the way to the semifinals of the Division III National Championship Tournament, where their season ended in heartbreak, a 34-31 loss to Mount Union in Alliance, Ohio. Wartburg was making its first ever appearance in the semifinal round against the host Purple Raiders, who have won 13 national championships. In spite of the loss, it was a season to remember for Coach Chris Winter and the Knights.
So that was obviously a heck of a D3 football game right there. Probably a classic. And unfortunately, we came out on the wrong end of it. Obviously super proud of the way that our guys competed out there. Mount Union obviously did a great job of responding. I think both teams did, of responding in adverse situations. There was a lot of back and forth out there.
Against Mount Union in Kears Stadium, the back-and-forth affair came down to the final moments. The Knights' defense held off Mount Union until a decisive touchdown with 31 seconds in regulation. Winters said he couldn't be any prouder.
I think one of the hardest parts about this is that, we won't get to go out there and practice together, on Tuesday. And it would have been fun to win a championship and all that, but really what I'm going to miss is just being out there with the guys.
Wartburg had several outstanding guys on both sides of the ball, including sophomore wide receiver Carter Henry. He finished the game with 158 yards receiving with 2 touchdowns.
Our wide receiver crew knew that coming into this week we had to make plays, and Coach Wheeler said it from the first day, and he put us in the right position to make plays, so we had to go make them.
Quarterback Niall McLaughlin, running back Hunter Clausen, and wide receiver Drake George contributed with big plays against Mount Union. Clausen wound up earning second-team All-American honors for his body of work this season. On the defensive side, Coach Winter applauded his team's effort against a high-powered Mount Union offense. Players such as Owen Grover, Parker Rochford, Nate Link, and Trent Rolling made stops when Wartburg needed them for most of the game.
Yeah, that defense, obviously in the end we couldn't get it done there at the end, but man, there were some times where Mount Union had a chance to really separate that game out, and we weren't budging. We're not going to, like we tell them all the time, they're going to earn every inch, and I think these guys on defense played that way all day long.
After winning the American Rivers Conference title outright, Wartburg earned an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. In the opening round, the Knights beat Wisconsin Lacrosse 14-6 at Walston Hoover Stadium. They followed that victory with a win against St. John's University on the road, 23-20. Next was a dominating home win over Aurora University, 45-17, which set up the epic showdown against Mount Union. Coach Winter was confident heading into the semifinal game based on what the Knights had done throughout the postseason.
I think our guys have been in some difficult games. Going up to St. John's is no easy task. Having lacrosse come in here is no easy task. Winning the conference championship at Coe College is not an easy task.
For Night Vision Sports, this is Henry Powers.
Thanks for the report, Henry. Congrats to Coach Winter and the Knights on a memorable season. Next, we head into Levick Arena for volleyball. Wartburg Volleyball entered the 2022 season with an American Rivers Conference title to defend in hopes of returning to the NCAA tournament. Night Vision sports reporter Jax Cadell tells us more about their season.
The Wartburg women's volleyball team ended the 2022 season with a record of 15 wins to 11 losses, with 7 wins to the 1 loss in the conference season. The Knights ended in the regular season ranked second in the American River Conference, but fell short in the semifinals of the American River Conference tournament against Buena Vista with a score of 3-1. Wartburg Volleyball had 3 student athletes receive academic all-district honors from the College Sports Communicators. Allison Feigenbaum, Caroline Kleesner, and Emerson Crott were named to the academic all-district team. The Knights had a total of 1,116 kills, 209 aces, and 117 blocks. They led the American River Conference in blocks and service aces and ranked second in hitting percentage, assist, and kills. Some of the top players for the Knights are Allison Feigenbaum, who scored a total of 315 points, and was ranked first in blocks in the American River Conference with 87 blocks. Caroline Kleesner led the American River Conference with 445 digs, and Sophie Sedwig had 514 assists. Coach Doug Frizzell, Jennifer Walker, and assistant coach Caitlin Brown will be leading the returning Knights in the 2023 Wartburg volleyball season. For Night Vision Sports, I'm Jax Cadell.
Thanks for the report, Jax. Congrats on a great season, Wartburg volleyball. KVUE sports reporter Danica Rademacher's in-studio interview with sophomore middle hitter Allison Feigenbaum is next.
This is an in-studio Night Vision Sports interview. I'm Danica Rademacher, and with me is Allison Feigenbaum from the Wartburg volleyball team and our middle hitter. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Starting at the beginning of this season, what were your guys' team mentality going into it?
Well, obviously we have a big turnover from last year. We had a lot of seniors graduate, so really we just had a mentality going in that we were going to work hard and just see where we could go and how much we could grow throughout the season.
Having so many people graduate, you guys basically had to start almost from the bottom again. What kind of things were you guys working on to build as a team and help the underclassmen go through?
Well, I mean, the first pass is obviously really important, so serve, receive, digging, that was a big focus for us because without that, really you can't run an offense of any sort. And in addition, we were just really focusing on being together as a team, working on making sure we were working as one because obviously nobody really had played or a varsity role up to that point, so we were just working on staying together and working together just to improve in all the areas.
And you had 3 players, including you, having varsity experience, a lot of it. How did you 3 work together to help the underclassmen with that?
Really the biggest way is we just tried to set an example in both what we were doing as well as what we were saying. It's really important to encourage because it is a big learning curve. It's a new speed, it's a lot faster, a lot harder, so we really just tried to encourage that way as well as just with our actions show how hard you need to work and what you need to do to play at that next level.
And being at the D3 level, there's a bunch of schools in this division for volleyball. Being ranked 6th as a middle hitter for hitting percentage, what was that like?
Well, it was really exciting. It's really a fun opportunity to have, but it obviously really comes from, like I mentioned earlier, my teammates. I mean, hitting is the third contact usually, and so first you have to have a dig or serve receive, and then you have to have your setter give you the ball. So really it was just kind of a team effort. I would not obviously have been able to do it without my teammates because they're the ones who get me the ball.
And previous experience as a middle, you're running back and forth. How did you and the other middles on the team help stay in endurance mode throughout the entire set point?
Well, I mean, part of that comes from just off-season training. I know last year we obviously knew how many seniors we were going to lose, and everybody was working really hard in the off-season, both last year at the end of the school year as well as this summer, to just make sure that we were in shape coming into it. And then we worked on just like a lot of agility training to make sure we can get off the net fast so that we can get back into hit since that middle tempo is a little bit faster.
And throughout the 2 months of the regular volleyball season, what was your favorite memory from this year?
One of my favorite memories was probably beating Gustavus at our home tournament. They're obviously a really great team. They had a really great season. They finished ranked in the top 25, and we just came together as a team really nicely, and we won in 3 sets and probably played our best game of the season that day.
That's great. With such a young team still, what are you guys looking most forward to for next season?
I mean, I think it's really just the growth that will even come more. Obviously, this upcoming offseason is going to be really big for us, really important. We obviously had some talented seniors on our team last year, but with not losing quite as many people as we did in the previous season, I think we're really just looking to grow even more and build off of what we how we ended this year.
That's good. Thank you for joining me, Allison.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm Danica Rademacher, and this was Night Vision Sports.
Thanks, Allison and Danica. Time to head back outside for Wartburg men's soccer, where it was competitive in every match they played this season. Night Vision sports reporter Caleb Kammerer tells us more.
The Wartburg men's soccer team were on the verge of turning a good season into a great one. Coach Michael Madigan led the team to a 7-2-9 record, just short of an NCAA tournament bid. Coach Madigan reviewed the season's ending. goal is always to be competitive at the top end of the conference and competitive within the North region. Certainly conference championships and NCAA tournament bids are kind of on the top of that priority list, and in each case we finished a goal away. A goal in 1 or 2 non-conference games, and we're in the NCAA tournament with an at-large bid, either one of the first few teams out, or a goal at Loris, and we've got to share the conference championship. So we're right there. It's just a little bit more growth to help us get there. Edvin Rizvik led the team with 6 goals. Peyton Chapman chipped in a team-high 4 assists, and goalkeeper Brennan Woody allowed only 13 goals in 15 games. Coach Madigan recalls how impressed he was with the team this year.
I think the overall growth of our program, both culture-wise, for guys as individuals and on the field, I think we were very consistent in our performances. And again, it's whether it's some of the top teams in the region, teams that are nationally ranked, or against everybody in conference.
Congratulations on a successful season, men's soccer, and Coach Madigan.
Thanks for the report, Caleb. Excited to see what men's soccer does in 2023. After the break, we'll be back with a recap of women's soccer, cross country, and football's regular season. More of the Night Vision Fall Sports Special after this.
If you're into sports media, Wartburg College invites you to be part of its new sports media concentration. Students prepare for work in sports-related fields from athletic reporting to sports information, broadcasting, video production, and more. Students have real-world experience with journalism and communication faculty and staff, learning valuable skills employers are looking for. Wartburg students work for organizations like the NFL, NASCAR, Major League Baseball, and ESPN. Visit the link below to learn more about Wartburg College.
Welcome back to the Night Vision Fall Sports Special. I'm your host, Joshua Hamlin. For the Wartburg women's soccer team, having a first-year head coach was a game changer and helped propel the team to the NCAA tournament. Night Vision sports reporter Caleb Kammerer tells us more about their success on the field.
The 2022 Wartburg women's soccer season was full of regular season success. First-year head coach Emily Ryan took her first year by the horns.
It was a blast. It was a team just full of so much talent, so much ability, so much leadership, so much drive, and it was exciting to just be a part of it and get to lead them through a successful season and be along for the ride.
Coach Ryan pointed to her squad's experience as part of the reason they achieved a 6-1-1 record in the American Rivers Conference.
We had a team full of 4th and 5th years. They consisted of half our team, and so every opportunity we had to gain experience of our underclassmen, we took advantage, and that group is very up and coming, so it's exciting to bring in a class that's going to learn from them as well and get to see their roles, their leadership, their abilities really shine over the next 6 months into the off season and into next season.
While many of the players from the squad achieved both conference and regional honors, Sarah Campbell was given an All-American honor. Despite the numerous awards, Ryan was more focused on the team than the individual.
But we try not to forget too about those that didn't quite get those honors, because there's 11 people on the field at one time and 29 on our team total, and it takes every single one of them to accomplish what we did this season.
The regular season success didn't follow the Knights into the postseason. In the American Rivers Conference playoffs, they suffered a 2-1 home defeat to Simpson College. Despite that loss, they still qualified for the NCAA tournament, being ranked number 17 in the nation. They hosted both the first and second rounds of the tournament, beating Grinnell College 5-2 in the first round, then losing to Washington University in St. Louis 3-1 in the second. Still, the future looks bright for the Knights.
I'm excited about our three juniors are great up-and-coming leaders, and I think despite it being a small class, they're going to do a phenomenal job of bringing our sophomores and current first years up with them.
For Night Vision Sports, I'm Caleb Kammerer.
What a season for the Wartburg women's soccer team on the pitch. Thanks for the report, Caleb. KV sports reporter Danica Rademacher's in-studio interview with senior middle Gabby Corday is next.
I'm Danica Rademacher, and in the studio today with me is Gabby Corday, senior midfielder of the women's soccer team. Thanks for joining me, Gabby.
Hi, Danica. Thank you for having me.
So talking about this past soccer season, what was the team's mentality going into this season?
With a new coaching staff, it obviously was a bit of a change, but we actually have a thing that we write on our wrist. We write TTP, which means trust the process. So just going into the season, we just had to go to each day, work hard, and know what we were doing in practice, and what we were doing with the coaching staff and on games was what we needed to. We just had to trust the process and trust the work.
And since you guys did have a new head coach this year, how did your guys' team adjust to the new coaching staff?
Again, it was a change. We all loved Coach Pins, but Coach Ryan was a great coach, and also Coach Lauren coming in too was an awesome coach. But we had a very old team, so they came into a very experienced team, which I definitely think helped. We kind of it helped keep like the underclassmen on board too, and then also just the upperclassmen got to help the coach too.
And with all those upperclassmen, you guys had 13 seniors on the team this year. How did you guys bond together to help create an atmosphere that you want the underclassmen to follow?
13 seniors is a lot, which is crazy, and it was hard at times, but I definitely think because we are so experienced, everyone filled in some kind of leadership role, and everyone had that experience and that ability to be leaders, and it was super awesome because with our large class, we had a lot of different viewpoints, a lot of variety in personalities, and that helped people in a variety of situations, and also interacting with the underclassmen, the variety of leadership that we had in the senior class, there was like a pair for everyone, so an underclassman could find an upperclassman that they felt comfortable with.
And with the variety, you guys won the TikTok trophy for soccer. With all that personality, how did you guys come up with those TikTok ideas?
Roland loves the women's soccer team, and we love Roland. We're super thankful for him, and Julie too. But he came to us with that idea too, and then we also just come up with a ton of random ideas. We've made TikToks on the buses on the way home. We just love hanging out with each other outside of soccer. So.
And there's one TikTok where you come in at the end in a banana costume.
Yeah.
Was that just a spur of the moment decision, or did you guys have that all planned out for a while?
Well, you know those TikToks where like the NFL players are coming in and they're in their like fancy game day fits? Well, we wanted to do that, but we wanted to make it kind of goofy for senior day, because we are, again, a very goofy group, you know, lots of personalities, lots of seniors, but yeah, so it kind of was just, I think the day before senior day, I emailed Roland and was like, hey, can we do this? And he was like, sure. So.
Diving into the actual season, you guys were 16-3-2, and you guys had a tremendous start, and you guys won 14 games in a row before tying. What helped keep that mentality of winning games?
I think the experience, first off, helped. We had a lot of older girls who had been on a great team for a lot of years, so I definitely think that helped. But also, like I said, we were just having fun. We just went to practice every day and enjoyed what we were doing, and got to just kind of let loose and show our personalities. And I think our personalities showed on the soccer field too. And yeah, we just had fun and just got to be with each other, which was super awesome.
And you guys had a great run through the conference, which ended up falling to Simpson. How did that kind of affect the team in any way?
So like you said, like we start off the season winning a lot, which is super good, but it's hard because you don't know how the team's going to handle adversity. But I definitely think we've done a good job of handling adversity, because again, we are an experienced team. We've lost before, but Simpson was a good team. They played lights out that night, and obviously it's not fun losing, but I think once we got that bid to the NCAA tournament and we were hosting, we kind of just got re-fired up.
Talking about your bid, did you guys have any idea that it was going to happen at all with the at-large bid?
We had a pretty good feeling that we were going to get a bid, but we didn't know we were going to host. We thought our chances were pretty much gone after we lost to Simpson, but so just that, like, hosting was just another like icing on the cake. So.
And how special was that, being able to host? You get all your college friends here, hometown being from Denver, not too far away, families. It was,
yeah, it was. I mean, it was awesome. So my freshman year, we hosted the NCAA tournament too, and we won the first round. So I got to play on Saturday and Sunday my freshman year. So it was super awesome way to open my career at Wartburg, but then also it's a super awesome way to close my career at Wartburg by hosting again and playing in 2 awesome NCAA games.
So playing 4 full years here at Wartburg, what would be your favorite memory from the 4 years?
Probably every single overnight, because like not even on the soccer field, just going and getting to hang out with the team and just like being around each other 24/7, because again, I love everyone on my team. So.
Well, thank you for joining us, Gabby.
Yeah.
I'm Danica Rademacher, and this was Night Vision Sports.
Thanks, Gabby and Danica. It's now time to catch up with the Wartburg cross-country teams out on the course. The 2022 season ended on a high note for both teams. Night Vision sports reporter Zach Heine tells us about the Knights' great run this season.
Fall of 2022 was a successful season for the Wartburg cross-country teams. The women's team finished 3rd overall at Nationals in East Lansing, Michigan. They also won the Women's American Rivers Conference title. 4 Knights were named All-Americans at Nationals: Lexi Brown, Ellie Meyer, Shaylin Hostinger, and Aubrey Fisher, who had a 14th place finish overall. It was the best NCAA championship finish for the Knights over the past decade. The men's team also found plenty of success. They finished number 2 overall at Nationals and also won the American Rivers Conference Championship. 3 Knights were named All-Americans: Jacob Green, Connor Lanciel, and Christopher Collette. Collette placed number 7 overall at Nationals.
Cross country, it meant a little bit more because it's my first cross country All-American, which is a little bit of a surprise, I think, to a lot of people, being with my track record that I have, the way that I've run indoors and outdoors on the track. So getting a cross country All-American just meant a little bit more.
This was the best NCAA championship finish for the men's team in Wartburg history.
I'm super proud of all those guys. You know, we put in so much work over the summer, all year, and it's just really nice to see that pay off, even if it is a runner-up finish.
Collette knows that the team is set up for success next season.
We can't control what the other teams do, but the goal is obviously to go back and get one place better and win the thing. So,
for Night Vision Sports, I'm Zach Heine.
Great endurance shown by the Knights cross-country teams all season long. Thanks for the report, Zach. KV Sports reporter Zach Heine's in-studio interview with All-American senior runner Aubrey Fisher is next.
All right, well, welcome back to Night Vision Sports. I'm Zach Heine, and today we are welcoming into studio Aubrey Fisher of the Wartburg women's cross-country team, who finished 3rd at Nationals up in East Lansing. So what was that experience like at Nationals? How did that go?
It was really fun. We had high goals going into it, and I mean, we were ranked 2nd all year as a team for the most part until going into the last week. We were ranked number 1, so we had our eyes set on that. So we did fall a little bit short, but overall, like, it was still a good day. It was a fun experience, and yeah, just had fun with the girls, and we're still hungry for next year. So hopefully, maybe we can get that team title next year.
For sure. And so you were named an All-American, correct?
Right.
And you finished 14th at the race. So how was that? What was it like having All-American next to your name? Is that a special feeling?
Yeah, it's special. It's exciting. So I've had a few others before this, so I mean, it's still exciting. This race wasn't my best. I was a little disappointed individually with my race, but it was still, I got top 15 as like the first team, so I was happy about that. And overall, yeah, it's just like a good feeling. All my hard work is paid off, you know. So it was good. It was a good feeling.
Yeah, that's great. So how do you balance that school and running lifestyle? Because there's a lot going on with school,
right.
And then if you want to be the best, you have to obviously put in a lot of work for cross country. So how do you balance that?
It can be pretty hard. Just time management is big. I spend a lot of time at practice every day, so getting homework done like throughout the day, and then a lot of times catching up at night sometimes, and then sometimes it can be hard to kind of fit in other like more fun stuff, but I try to get stuff done early on in the season, so that way later on when it's getting to like championship time, I can kind of relax more and focus on running. So I'd say, yeah, just trying to front load everything, getting it done ahead of time helps.
Got it. So what was your favorite memory from this past cross-country season? What was the moment that kind of stuck out to you?
I would say, honestly, the regional meet. We faced Chicago, who had been ranked #1 all year. Going into it, we talked about how we kind of wanted to run like a conservative race because nationals is just like 1 week after regionals, so we didn't want to go all out necessarily because we kind of wanted to save up for nationals. But then, so I ran pretty conservatively, still got second, and then I turned around and saw like a bunch of my teammates coming in, and it was just a cool experience. Going into it, I didn't really think we were gonna win the meet, but then we ended up winning, and it was just really exciting to get that title and get the big trophy, and it was just a good way to go into nationals. We were all kind of riding that high and looking forward to nationals after that.
Awesome. And looking forward to next year, what are your thoughts on next year's team? How well do you think they're going to be able to perform with who's returning?
I think really well. We have 4 All-Americans this year, and we're probably all coming back. So I'm a senior, and then my teammate Lexi is also a senior, but we're both thinking about coming back for a 5th year. And then our other 2 All-Americans, Shay and Ellie, Shay will be a senior next year, and Ellie will be a junior. So if we return everyone, I think we have a pretty good shot. And we had a freshman this year who ran at nationals. I think she'll continue to improve. And then our 7 girl this year was Addie. She also will probably continue to improve and will probably be on that nationals crew. So really we have a pretty good crew coming back from this year, which is exciting. We'll lose Riley Mayer. She was a big part of the team, so that'll be a spot we'll have to kind of fill in, but otherwise it looks pretty good.
All right. Well, thank you again for coming in to talk to us about the team and your specific season.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So thank you to Aubrey Fisher for coming in. For Night Vision Sports, I'm Zach Heine.
Thanks, Aubrey and Zach. We now return to Walston Hoover Stadium to highlight Wartburg football's perfect regular season. The Knights had a goal of beating conference champions and achieved that goal to perfection in 2022. Here is my report.
The Wartburg football team completed an undefeated regular season at 10-0 overall and 8-0 in American Rivers Conference play. The Knights accomplished these feats with an unstoppable defense, a dynamic offense, and special teams unit. Playing championship-level football starts with defense. The Knights' defense this season produced 5 shutout games and ranked first in the nation in rushing defense, allowing just 43 yards per game, and ranked 4th in the nation in scoring defense, allowing only 8 points per game. One of the leaders of this defensive front was senior linebacker Owen Grover, who led this team in tackles this season with 96. Grover, the American Rivers Conference Defensive Most Valuable Player, talks about what has made the Knights' defense so effective.
The factor for our defensive success is definitely trust. Trusting our coaches that they gave us the game plan and helped us get ready the way we could, and definitely trusting each other. We have 11 guys out there every play, and we know that each guy is going to do their job, so we can play aggressively and to the best of our ability, knowing that if we do what we are supposed to do, every other guy is going to do their job, and that just helps guys make plays and play aggressive every single play.
The Knights' offense found success this season through establishing the run that created passing opportunities. Senior running back Hunter Clausen led the Knights with 1,558 yards on the ground. Clausen, the American Rivers Conference Offensive Most Valuable Player, talks about how the Knights kept momentum to finish undefeated.
So our plan throughout the season and throughout camp was, Matt McLaughlin mentioned, just kind of going day by day, don't think the future, stay in the moment, stay where your feet are, and so that's kind of our momentum going through this whole year and going on to the playoffs, just taking it day by day, getting better every single day, and that's how we got it done pretty much throughout the season.
This was the 18th conference championship in program history for the Knights, and their first since 2019. For second-year head coach Chris Winter, this season featured his first conference title at the helm and the honor of being named the American Rivers Conference Coach of the Year. This was the first undefeated regular season for the Knights since 2017. The Knights' regular season performance earned them an automatic bid to the NCAA Division III Football Championship playoffs. For Night Vision Sports, I'm Joshua Hamlin.
And there you have our 2022 fall season wrap-up. of Wartburg College athletics. Thanks to our reporters and all who made this show possible. For Night Vision Sports, I'm Joshua Hamlin. Happy holidays, and until next time, go Knights.